Surround a Town, or SAT, operations are run solely to support the daily county-wide Dorset Road Safe Partnership No Excuse project. The support operations are intelligence-led and target a specific town, road or area of the county on a specific day, where a considerable amount of resources are deployed to detect, highlight and punish where necessary bad and careless driving. The ultimate aim, along with that of the main project, is to make drivers aware of their potential dangerous driving practices and offer education where possible to change their mindset. There is no excuse. Launched in January 2010, the aim of the Dorset Road Safe's No Excuse campaign is to decrease casualties on roads by encouraging drivers to take responsibility and truly consider the risks of their actions.
To a driver who was using his mobile phone, he was holding his right hand, looking down at the screen as he went past us. Cleaning up, looking what he was doing. We've got the lights on now, and he's not seeing us.
We went on location to find out more about Dorset Road Safe scheme. The police officer today is looking specifically for drivers who are speeding, driving without a seatbelt, using a mobile, or driving under the influence of drugs or alcohol. For many motorists stopped, this might be their lucky day. Where appropriate, this officer is giving drivers the opportunity of attending a driver awareness course, and for the seatbelt offence, an online course instead of receiving a fine.
You are within the thresholds, but I can recommend you for a driver awareness course.
The courses do cost, but all the income generated from these courses is used on educational initiatives in Dorset. It's proving both popular with drivers and has been proven to save lives.
Right, she's going at 47. She also hasn't got a seatbelt on, so she's got a 50% higher chance of dying today.
So how big is the problem? Well, in the first year, nearly 17,000 traffic offences were processed by one team under Project No Excuse.
Okay, why do you think we've stopped you?
Speeding.
What was the speed you think you were doing?
35?
No. You went past us at 47 miles per hour.
Okay.
Unfortunately, due to her excessive speed, this driver could not be offered the course and will have to receive points and a fine for the speeding offence. However, for the seatbelt offence, she can complete an online course.
The first one here is for the seatbelt. Now, it's a £60 fine, but what I can do is recommend you do an online e-learning course. There's no pass or fail, it's internet based. You'll be sent a letter in a week or so with the offer to do the course.
Throughout the year, Dorset Road Safe organise Surround a Town events, using all partner agencies to saturate a town from enforcement to education, starting with cycle safety in primary schools. The driver awareness team have a range of sessions for students of various ages designed to educate young road users and warn them of potential dangers that statistically they disregard.
Like this is what makes a car crash so dangerous.
We're in schools today, we're in Ashdown, and we're educating young people about those dangers because they're the drivers of tomorrow, and it's really important that we get to them before they have their accident.
The bike behind me is one of approximately 12 vehicles that are unmarked in the fleet that we use in Dorset in relation to No Excuse. Today I've been on mobile patrol on the unmarked motorcycle. It's equipped with blue lights and sirens, etc. If I see any offences, come up behind the vehicle or in front of it, indicate for them to stop, pull them in. Focused on the fatal fall. Today I've predominantly been dealing with seat belts just because of the location of the operation today. In about 3 hours I've had 12 seat belts in. When we do this around the town, they're given the opportunity to come down here to do approximately 20 to 30 minute course, live presentation, as opposed to paying the £60 fine. Or alternatively, they can do an e-learning course and again save themselves some money. So it's not just about enforcement, it's all about education of the driver as well.
We're absolutely delighted to be part of the Dorset Road Safe Surround a Town scheme, which is running out of here today. Here at LV Streetwise, it's so close to the heart of everything we do. It's about people knowing the risks and the consequences and making a safer choice. And that is exactly what we do here at LV Streetwise with our partners and using our life-size village. Children from primary schools right across Dorset, that's over 180,000 individual children, have been through our doors and learnt from our scenarios how to look at what might be dangerous and how to prevent serious injuries and deaths amongst themselves and their friends.
This morning's presentation was a really good opportunity for our students to see the implications of lack of responsibility on and around the roads in the local community. The facts and figures that went to the students this morning were really important that they sink in, and I think talking to the students afterwards, they really had a deep understanding of what implications there could be.
Other organisations are involved on Surround a Town Days, including Trading Standards, who demonstrate to young drivers the pitfalls and dangers of buying their first car.
The car behind us today is what Dorset Trading Standards call the 50-50 car. It's a car that we've rigged up to be half safe yet half unroadworthy. It's really shiny, it's really glossy, and we think it's youth appealing. We've got a team of people here today who will walk around the car with young drivers who are often inexperienced and who can often be tempted into buying the wrong car. And if they buy this car today, they could end up being not only a risk to themselves, but also a risk to those around them.
So why are the fire service involved in road safety? Last year, 2010, we attended over 400 road traffic collisions. So that's not every road traffic collision that happened. Those are the ones that needed our attendance. They're serious enough to warrant the fire service to turn up and to assist with partners. From those 400, there were 18 fatalities and 331 people, individuals, were killed or seriously injured.
I think we have to remember that this campaign is really, really money well spent. If we think of the costs of over £2 million per every serious impact, it has to be well spent and it has to be worth it in the longer term, especially in this economic climate. I think the other thing that's important is the psychological aspect of this campaign is really effective. It's somebody else's fault, it wasn't me, I didn't think, I was only doing this. And to say court, no excuse, is really, really effective.
Basically, we're focusing on the do's and don'ts in cycling, how to keep them safe. I sort of do a presentation on the rules and the enforcement, such as cycling with lights at night time, not cycling on the pavement, not going through red lights. Other colleagues go on appropriateness of dressing, how to be highly visible to other car drivers. It's quite impactful in that the children here, a lot of them do have bicycles, and a lot perhaps do think they should have lights on a bike, but having a police officer standing up there and telling them you need lights on your bicycles at night time, otherwise we're going to stop you, does seem to have a very good effect.
We've obviously talked to them at length about things like wearing their safety helmets, but certain legal things like the fact they shouldn't be cycling on pavements and rules to do with using lights and not carrying extra passengers on their bikes are messages that probably they haven't heard before from school. So it's really important that these messages from the police are being shared with them, because I think a lot of the adults as well learned a few things they weren't aware of today. And I think it's just really nice to have a day, a proper focused day where the children can concentrate on that one single aspect, and I think it will sink in further and stay more in their memory. And the demonstrations that have taken place, for example using a model brain using jelly and what happens if you fall off your bike with or without a helmet, are really powerful messages, and I think that's going to be something that will stay with the children for a long time.
The project here in Dorset, called No Excuse, is a partnership project, and it combines high profile, overt and covert enforcement, which is intelligence led, with mass publicity, promoting the work that we're doing and asking people to engage with us so that they become more responsible motorists. No Excuse has 4 key themes: inappropriate speed, drink and drug driving, not wearing seat belts, and distractions, particularly the use of mobile phones whilst driving. It's been an amazingly successful project. Over the last 12 months, we've seen a significant reduction in the number of casualties on Dorset's roads. And in terms of cost saving to the economy, as an example, in 2009, the cost to the economy in Dorset of road casualties was in the region of £100 million. A year later, that figure has fallen to just over £50 million, a remarkable achievement in such a short space of time.
But does it work? Many factors can affect statistics, but before the scheme started, 670 people were killed or seriously injured on Dorset's roads in 1 year. In the last 12 months, this figure has reduced by nearly 20% to around 500. The Dorset No Excuse project is successful. It has won the Prince Michael International Road Safety Award. No Excuse is not all about enforcement. It is about saving lives through education that is provided by the Dorset Road Safe Partnership agencies.
I was obviously in the wrong. He is a fair officer, and yes, I will think about going on the course.